Well, I thank you, Mr Speaker. And my question today is to the Minister for Industry, Innovation and Science. Will the minister update the House on any recent discoveries of supermassive black holes, specifically by Australian astronomers? Is the minister aware of any other recent discoveries in this field?
The Minister for Industry, Innovation and Science.
Well, thank you, Mr Speaker, and I thank the member for Braddon for his interest in astronomy, which I also share as the Minister for Science, and I'm sure that all members on this side of the House focus very keenly on astronomy, which Australia is very good at. It's a world leader in astronomy, and I can advise the House of a recent and significant discovery by astronomers at the CSIRO using the Australian Square Kilometre Array Pathfinder radio telescope in the member for Durack's electorate, and the Australian Telescope Compact Array in the member for Parkes' electorate. Dr Lisa Harvey-Smith, an astronomer at the CSIRO, discovered a supermassive black hole in a galaxy 1.7 billion light-years away, a galaxy far, far away, Mr Speaker, weighing in at 3.8 billion solar masses. As Dr Harvey-Smith observed, and I quote, "The black hole at the centre of our galaxy is only 4 million solar masses, so this one is a monster in comparison, Mr Speaker." Well, I've got news for Dr Harvey-Smith. I've got news for Dr Harvey-Smith, Mr Speaker. If she thinks that's a monster, she should take a look at Labor's black hole, Mr Speaker. Labor's $19.53 billion tobacco tax black hole dwarfs that supermassive black hole by comparison, Mr Speaker. Regarded as a rounding error by the member for Jaga, who's in the witness protection program today, she wasn't allowed out to face the music with her rounding error remarks, Mr Speaker. Labor's $19.5 billion black hole has obliterated their economic credibility on the eve of the budget and the election, Mr Speaker. And the serious question we all have to ask, if they could get this so wrong, what else is wrong? What else is wrong in the Labor Party's costings, the Labor Party's plans? Now, we know they claimed they had $100 billion of new taxes. Well, we've just wiped $20 billion of new taxes off that figure, and yet they have an enormous number of promises that they have made to the electorate for spending. So how will they make up that enormous black hole? Now, particularly, it's quite irresponsible for the member for Adelaide to continue to claim that they have this money for education spending, because that was apparently to be paid for out of the tobacco tax, and that clearly is not available. Mr Speaker, the Treasurer's swagger and braggadocio is no substitute for common sense policies and calm, methodical planning for the budget. Now is not the time to risk the Australian economy by a return to the Labor Party at the coming election. Now is the time for stability and consistency of government.